T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the god damn that thumbnail in the world. Donnie has a good one for us this Friday, guys. Donnie, I can't handle dead rhinos, and you had to make that the thumbnail, didn't you?
Yeah, but I listen. I thought I did everybody a favor, and I removed some of the gore because that stuff. I don't want to use the B word because the B word will get us monetized pretty fast. So I'm gonna wait. We gotta wait a couple more minutes before we say that word.
Okay. Well, listen, this is your first time tapping in. Welcome to the Trap Talk Reptile Podcast. This is our Friday Reptile Community Roundup. I'm your boy MJ. This is the lovely Donnie. Can you please hit the subscribe button? This is your first time tapping in. It would really mean a lot to me. And hit that notification bell. That way you're on top of every single piece of content that comes out of this channel. Collab with my man Donnie, who I feel like is one of the best bringing information to the platform as far as stuff that we need to be aware about. There's so many things that are just kind of just brushed under our rugs here, and it's I feel like some things just aren't meant to be like that. So anyways, I appreciate you being here on a weekly basis with me. Donnie, how are you first and foremost?
I'm good. It's cold here in New England, so everybody's miserable here.
How cold? It's like the coldest of the part of the year right now, you would say?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah,
nice.
Everybody's grumpy. It's not like California where everything's nice all the time. When the palm trees and all the other things you have.
I've been like ghosting people. I've been like MIA for like the last week with all the shit I've been dealing with. But I can't say that the weather's been miserable. It's been great. I can't imagine going through this on top of miserable weather. I don't know how anybody can move reptiles. They probably can't in miserable weather. I think that'd be the most unsafe thing you can do, but luckily I'm not in that position, thank God. But yeah, man, shout out to everyone in the comments, all the early birds, everyone here. I appreciate everyone being here. I hope you're having a great week. I gotta say, like I said, this is gonna be quite the beefy Friday roundup here. Anything you want to let the people know before we tap into things here tonight, Donnie?
I want them to like this video because if they don't like the video, it's not going to get seen by as many people. So I need them to do that.
I think it's very important.
Hey, you know what I noticed about our lives? There aren't that many comments on them. It's the same thing with the highlights. Now that's a problem for me because I'm used to seeing hundreds of comments at a time because I have a relevant YouTube channel. So what I want, listen, guys, if you're watching this chat and you're watching this right now, when the video's over and you see it the next day, leave a comment on there. Leave a comment right now. So that comment goes up and it drives the engagement up. And that's super important. All right. MJ needs it. Look at MJ. Look at him. He's wearing all these shirts people send him for free and stuff. He needs you to help him. Get him some more subscribers. Okay. Why don't people send me shirts?
I actually threw out 2 trash bags full of shirts of people that I would never wear. So I appreciate it, but yeah, I mean, I'm very, very selective, unfortunately, as far as shirts I wear. Whoa. From. Yeah, I know. I think that's why people stop sending them to me.
Dude, you ever get really ugly shirts?
Yeah. My thing is, I hate cheap material. You know what I mean? Like meaning like you wash it once, it's gray or it's already faded. You know what I mean? And right. And I will say, reptile homies never machine dry wash other reptile homie shirts. Okay, so you always gotta hang dry that shit, and that shirt will last forever. This Marshall Mendez classic iconic tee right here, he signed the tag. No, he didn't, but I never dry this shit. This is always hung dry, and that's why it stays minty. Obviously, I'm fitting into a little bit bigger than I was at one point, but that's just because I'm stressed and I haven't been working out. So whatever, Donnie, leave it alone.
I didn't say anything about that.
Sorry, it's my third person talking in my head, but okay, listen, it's gonna go down. I hope you guys are ready. Do what you gotta do to stay hydrated, get your mind right, because it's Friday, it's the roundup, and we are gonna talk about this dead white rhino. God, that's sad. Let's go. Choo. You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
And we're live. Hit it, Donnie.
Hit what? What are we doing?
Like, you know,
Hey.
I said that last week and it went really well. Like, you just like boom. Like I said, hit it, and
Like,
you went right into it. Like,
you want to?
God, you
that?
son of a really?
What?
Come on,
Sorry. Okay. All
Go
right.
ahead.
So listen up. If you guys are just tuning in, you're unfamiliar with New England Reptile on YouTube, you're gonna want to watch that channel because that's where I put out all the neat stuff. It's a lot of just reptile content, but sometimes I do exposés and deep dives on stuff that you should know about, and MJ doesn't want to see. All right. So what we covered today that I've been working on for about 2 months. No. I've been working on this since November. Is the situation that happened at Wild Florida Safari Park that involved a white rhino that was shot under very strange circumstances. And I believe, and a lot of other people believe, the FWC went really light on them. And I think I personally don't think they should have shot this rhino, and they did. And I feel like they had a lot of, we're not going to get into that tonight. All right. I mean, yeah, we are. We're going to get into that. But what I'm going to do is we're going to be showing you guys the video that I made regarding it. I think you guys would be interested in that. And what I was able to do was get a lot of body cam footage that the news didn't show everyone. Actually, the news broke the story before I did, 3 days before I was going to do it. Kind of unfortunate. And I've actually been in contact with the news department. Did I tell you that, MJ?
No, you didn't tell me that.
In Florida.
Oh, yeah. You did.
I sent you something.
Yep.
So 2 different news stations down in Florida have contacted me personally asking for more information and some of my intel on the situation. So that should be interesting. So look out for that. I don't know if they're going to do anything else with the story, but they are in contact with me. And that's the first time anyone from mainstream media has actually taken me seriously. Because usually they look at YouTubers and they go, "You're trash. We're better than you," you know?
Doubt it.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can tell you one thing. The way the news covered it, I mean, I should have had it queued up to show you guys, but I didn't know if it was going to do a copyright on you or something. So the thing is, the news covered it, but I don't think they did a good enough job. I think they were kind of, they half-assed it. It was a 5-minute video, and it was just like, essentially, they said staff shot the rhino at Wild Safari. And it kind of sucked because there's a lot of people that work there that don't necessarily, that they had nothing to do with the shooting of the rhino.
Mhm.
And that was kind of sad for some people. A couple of the guys that worked there went to Animal Con, and they probably didn't want that heat on them, but they had nothing to do with it, you know, and the news kind of made them look like they did. So we're going to show the video, and we're going to stop. MJ, if there's anything that happens in the video that you have a question about, or if you want to point out, I think you should just tell me and I'll stop the video. Okay.
Can I yell pause?
Yeah. You could
Cool.
go pause. And I'll hold
thinking,
up my hands.
Pause. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
You need more light on your face.
Is that better?
There you go. I want you to look hot, like a hot guy. All right.
I'm a dad, bro.
working on this video for about 2 months now. Why? Because the FWC took months to release all of the body cam footage and incident reports to me. After having this footage for under a week, the news breaks. During the investigation, there were 2 officers on the scene. I requested all of the body cam footage and only received footage from 1 officer. When I inquired about it, they told me there was no other footage. But after watching the News 6 breaking story, I saw the body cam footage that I was told did not exist. The other thing that... All right, hey, so one thing I want to tell you guys is after that news segment went live, this is what I didn't include in the video. Those guys, actually, the FWC, were you crying?
No,
Did I make
not.
That'd be cool if I made you cry. That'd be awesome.
No.
I'd be like, did I make you cry ever?
You did. No. You, no. Wait, hold on. Yeah, no. I want to say, but I mean, I was very kind of, I know we're gonna get into this, but this really bothered me. Like what we're about to watch.
Yeah.
And I know like I'm pretty lighthearted or like heavy-hearted when animals are affected, but this right here, like really got under my skin. So yeah, that's all. I'm looking to to talk more about this as the video is going on.
Good. The one thing I'll say about I was complaining about body cam footage. Now the FWC normally, within 2 weeks, I can normally get body cam footage. I have to pay a pretty penny for it too, by the way. It's not free. They definitely want to make you pay for that. But anyways, when I asked for it, they told me it didn't exist. But after the News 6 segment actually went out, they reached out to me and sent me the last of it, which was extremely weird because they told me it didn't exist. And then when the news segment went live, they were like, oh shit, here's the other half after my video dropped. So they also edited some stuff out of there that I'm not exactly sure what they edited out. And there's not really a lot for them to edit out. So I was a little disappointed by that. So just to let you guys know. All right, let's get back to making MJ sad. Bothered me about the whole situation is why it never got to the press in the first place. Obviously, it was suppressed by Wild Florida, but the FWC was actually pretty tight-lipped about it too. Unlike the recent Operation Viper story they were so proud to talk about, this they weren't so proud to talk about. I'm guessing they weren't super quick to tip off the press because they went entirely too easy on the owners of Wild Florida, even though they had a past with escaping animals. Oh, and let's not forget about the FWC enclosure the Rhino escaped from. They probably don't want you to know about that either. Now, originally, I was going to go over all of the information from this story, everything that I gathered from the incident reports to the body cam footage. But now that the news half-heartedly covered the story, I'm just going to drop all of the body cam footage so you guys can watch exactly what's so mind-blowing about this story. These are the juiciest bits of body cam footage, and I'll interject myself here and there just to point out things that I noticed and thought were interesting.
12.
How did it get here?
Safari Enterprises.
But White Oak? Did you get it from White Oak?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No, not from White Oak. So he came yesterday about noon. It was a 3-year-old white rhino, and from what we were told, every animal is different. You never know exactly what you're getting. But when we were told he's a pretty gentle animal, they were crate training him. So we thought, hey, this could be a good fit. They knew we were a drive-through safari. Obviously, we needed a pretty quick turnaround to this animal. We needed him to acclimate pretty quick because of what we are. For about 15 minutes, he pacing, doing what normal rhinos when they come out of a crate do. And then, he climbed and he jumped over the one and got into the main yard pretty quick. He got up on it and like teeter-tottered on it and was able to push the top guardrail, bend it down enough to fall over to the other side. Then when he was there, he was in the main yard, and we were freaking out. We were getting trucks out of there. We were getting what we thought it might have been worst case scenario, getting high firepower. All the while, the vets
This was yesterday?
Yeah, this is yesterday.
Okay.
The vet's here.
They just said there's a vet on the scene right now. And what's weird to me is they're already talking about getting high-powered rifles in just in case the rhino escapes its enclosure. But it hasn't yet. It's just strange to me that they've already put killing the animal on the table this fast.
All the while, the vet's
This was yesterday?
Here. Yeah, this is yesterday.
Okay.
The vet's here. The Rudy's here.
Rudy was here during the arrival?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we made sure of that. And then the guy, and then the guy transporting it. So this vet from Arcadia, I got his information, but he's been doing rhino stuff for 25 years. He's never seen a rhino stay that rank for that long. And they were all.
You said it was a 3-year-old male?
3-year-old male, yeah.
Male.
They were all like, hey, this is a pretty wild animal. Like normally they're way better off. Like he should be calm by now.
Captive born animal, right?
It's captive born.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do some things. We had to pull the crate out. We had to wait for him to settle down a little bit. He's in the yard. He didn't test it a whole lot. He hit the hot wire and bam, backed off. We're like, okay, this is good. He learned a lot, right? Yesterday about 5 o'clock, I finally get all them out of here. They all leave. I'm the last one. He's chilling out under a tree. He had started eating some hay, and I'm like, all right, I think we've seen the worst of it, right? We have a camera up there. I'm watching him all night, all day. He's cool as a clam. It rained last night. He was loving it. Then this morning at 7, I check on him, and he's not running, but he's not walking. He's like maybe got a second wind. And the vet did say, he's like, he may get a little bit ornery in the morning when he has a second wind. But after that, he's learned a lot yesterday because he went to all the corners and saw that he couldn't get out anywhere. And
So who was here this morning?
My whole team. Yeah.
So Rudy wasn't here?
No, Rudy wasn't here.
The vet wasn't here?
Vet wasn't here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was communicating with them. Hey, here's how he's doing at 7. I'm like, hey, he looks like he's got a little energy, but he's good. He's not tested anything. I'll show you in there when we walk. We wanted to adjust. We wanted to add one guardrail on the interior where we unloaded him.
Mhm.
So we were trying to work with him in the main yard and be touch and go. Like we don't want to stress him out. So we'd always back off. We put one guardrail.
Guys, this is the guardrail. This is the guardrail system they had over there. You can see that they used, I don't know, whatever you want to call these things. And this is what it climbed over because it wasn't tall enough. So, and outside of it, behind it, you can see the pond where it's eventually going to be able to get water and so forth. But yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Up and he'd come over to us and we would stand still and he'd go back and he was doing pretty good, but all in the meanwhile I was on the phone with the owner or the previous owner of the Rhino, Rudy, and Rudy's been on the phone with his vet. I had already planned we were going to add one guardrail to the center where he went over. It was just low enough on the interior that he thought he might get over, and he tried it and it blocked him like 4 times, and finally he bent it enough to where he got over. I was already working on and had it in place. As soon as we added one more guardrail, we were going to catch him in there because he would have gone. Like he was like coming after us. He's wild.
Mhm.
We were going to catch him in there, and Rudy was going to get with his vet. He already had a crate ready. They were going to come. We were going to dart him and crate him, and Larry was going to take him back because this animal was not fit for a dry.
So you were already planning on getting rid
planning
of him?
100%. And you can talk to all of them. You can talk to Larry. I said, Larry, if he's healthy, standing in a crate in the shade, we'll keep him cool for a day or 2 if we need to, but we're going to be able to work something out, right? Like we're going to be able to give this animal back to you, and I'll cover the expenses of hauling and stuff. But I said, this animal's not going to work for us. He's like, yes, we'll figure something out. So literally, as soon as we got off the phone with that, again, in the meantime, we have firepower to where if this gets loose, we're not taking chances.
What are you using? What did you use?
4570. What did you have? I got the show right here. We had a 270.
So by the way, you're looking at Jordan Munns. He's the bigger heavyset guy that doesn't take his shades off. And this is PJ Brown to the right. All right. And also, MJ, is there anything, you got any questions? You got anything you want to say?
No, because I'm
interject here and there.
The part that's going to irritate me is like coming up as far as them just busting out the bullets and them having different, like, it's like they're all fucking guns. Like they all are like into guns. You could tell there was some fucking trigger happy type shit going on, which I feel like these people in the lives will kind of put that together. They all have like, it's like the way they talk about what the guns they have, they were kind of bragging about it. And just watch. It's yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, 370. All big guns. I mean, we wanted to be
That's the one that was used?
Yeah, well, this and this one. Yeah.
They used 2?
Well, we used several.
Are these are 2 different?
Yeah, we had 3 rifles. Yeah. Here's the 3rd.
3 different sizes.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest guns that we had.
We had 3 guns going at one time.
Yeah.
While I'm holding these, I'm going to take a picture of these real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you guys each holding different ones? Because each one of you shot your own respective rifles?
No, we just happened to pick them up. I had 2 in my pocket.
We were picking them up.
How many did you shoot? Okay, so those 3 were not the 3. There's more.
Oh,
yeah.
There might have been 15 shots.
Okay. Those 3 different rounds, or were there more rounds?
No, those 3.
Okay, up to 15 shots.
Yeah.
I mean, we hit almost. I mean, every single shot.
We weren't hit.
It's a Rhino. I didn't imagine you would.
Yeah,
miss.
no. The vet.
But I'm saying we were also pretty close. We were.
Isn't it weird? Okay, first, one thing I didn't talk about in the video, in my video was, do you think that cop is pissed off or is he? What is his? I can't tell him with him.
I'm thinking in the beginning during this, like he's like, asking the right questions, but then when the sit down happens is when I'm like, oh, fuck this guy. This guy don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like either that, or he was just trying to play because cops are normally like want you to feel comfortable. Like, well, I'm not coming at you, even though they are coming at you. You know what I mean? So he could be playing it good. I would hope to God, I don't know. I'm getting a little bit of mix of it, to be honest. So it's hard. It's hard
weird
to say.
because me and you have opposite opinions. Later in this video, I think he changes. So see,
let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I mean, I like that. I would like to hear people's, and mind you too, like these guys are getting. You'll notice as this is continue on, they're getting more lax and comfortable. Just saying how many times they shot this rhino. You know what I mean? And just listen to it, and it's like almost they're happy and proud of it. So just pay attention to that when this happens here soon.
We're not like, oh, he's way over there. I mean, we were
every
we ran
every round met his mark, and he was just super tough. So, but the vet yesterday said that this animal is in phenomenal shape, like fighting shape.
Yeah.
He said if a zoo rhino would have done half of what he did, he would have had a heart attack and died. He's like, this rhino came directly. You might as well got a rhino that came.
I mean, a 3-year-old male though is a 3-year-old male rhino.
Sure, it is.
Yeah.
But this 3-year-old, he said, you might as well have gotten this one straight from Africa. He said this animal is a wild rhino. And I get that. We need to be ready for anything. Rhino's a rhino, right?
Right.
They can be wild for an hour. They can be wild forever. He was eventually going to settle down, but he was bound and determined. The vet and Rudy weren't comfortable darting this animal when it wasn't caught in the little mini enclosure within the big enclosure, because what do animals do when they get darted? They go to water, and 2 breaths and he's done. We can't hold his head up, right?
Yeah.
Now, at this point of the story, I want you guys to realize something. The rhino has escaped an FWC-approved quarantine enclosure and made it into the main enclosure. They explained that they did not want to dart the animal out of fear that it would drown in this tiny pond in the middle of that enclosure. They plan to finish fixing the small enclosure so it couldn't escape a second time, then corral it and dart it. And while all this is happening, they already have all of the guns ready to go in case this animal gets, quote, 4 feet outside of the main enclosure. What I find, why not just corral it immediately and then sedate it when it gets into the smaller enclosure? It just seems to me like it wouldn't be able to climb over that railing again if it's been properly sedated. Also, I heard earlier that they had trucks and other equipment inside of the main enclosure and had to rush to get them out. But why not use those trucks to block off the pond, then sedate the animal? I mean, why not think of ways to save the animal's life instead of killing it right away?
So we had the.
Wait, here's this is what I'm going to show you guys. So check this out. This was part of the report. So you can see up at the top right, it says rhino enclosure and quarantine yards up here. So those 2 different enclosures up here, and the one that's furthest south here, on this yellow one, that's the one that broke out into this main enclosure, which is outlined in yellow, and you can see the pond in the middle there. So that's what they're talking about right there. In case anybody, I don't know if I included this in the video, I cannot remember, but that's it.
Oh.
All right.
Get that done no matter what, to either catch them and keep them or to catch them and dart them. And so we had, and we'll walk out there and see it. We had one more section of panel to put up, and we would have been able to open that gate and back up, and we would have been able to catch him. But he went and tested the dang fence one more time, and he got hung up in it for 30 seconds, and he, thought we was going to back out, but he didn't. And as soon as he got out, we jumped in the truck, and we did what we had to.
So what's Larry's last name? And what state was he from?
He lives here. He has a place here and a place in Texas.
Where'd the rhino come from? Here or
This place
Texas?
came from a place 2.5 hours North Florida.
North Florida?
He wouldn't tell me where it came from. He
What?
said the place is super private, that he was brokering the deal.
I need his last name.
So if that sounds weird, it kind of is. In the original reports, all of the seller's information was redacted. But in the body cam footage, they revealed the origin of this rhino, the CCTU, which I believe is also called Rum Creek Ranch. You guys want to look at that again? I think that's kind of interesting. By the way, the only reason I figured out who the name of this place was is because some idiot forgot to redact it in one of these FOI requests I made. Who the hell is it? It was just a stupid error. Okay, so this is the overhead of it. And I'm guessing this is what I'm talking about there. I mean, does that look like a place where they probably have rhinos? I mean, it looks huge, right?
Yeah.
I just want to know your opinion here, but this is owned by a billionaire. I forget the guy's name. There's only like one article about him out on there in the internet, but you can't find stuff. I'd be surprised if this guy doesn't get some heat or some news going his way. I wish I could pay somebody with a drone to go over the property. If anybody lives in Florida with a really nice drone, hit me up. All right. All right.
Let's see here.
That's all odd information.
Well, because I tried to get this animal insured, and they needed the facility that it was coming from, and he wouldn't give us it.
Hey, hold on. Pause that.
Yeah.
And so we
Yeah.
couldn't.
Is this about the insurance talk?
Hold on. I mean, does he confirm here? He says, I'm trying, or I tried. He says
tried to get insurance, but he couldn't get insurance because he didn't know where the animal was coming from. So what ended up happening was the man that sold it to him was able to guarantee the life of the animal or something like that. But my theory is, since they couldn't insure the rhino, that means any destruction the rhino did, or if it killed another animal, like say, wouldn't be covered. So
Right.
I have a feeling that something had to do with insurance here. I don't know what it is, but I think something happened with insurance. Did you get a weird vibe from that too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't think I'm crazy now. All right.
Yeah.
We couldn't have insurance on arrival, but he guaranteed survival on arrival.
Okay.
So CCPU or CCTU is the facility it came from, which is in Florida. It's a private facility.
Okay, I am familiar with that.
You feel, yeah, that's where it came from. He got a guy from Texas in a truck and trailer to deliver it here. So I think that facility goes through him to sell, but it came from that, whatever the CCTU. But he didn't want to give me an address to it because the guy's super private. And so then I just said, well, if you can guarantee a safe arrival, then I don't need it.
What's up with your staff?
We're trying to put fires out.
Yeah, how many people? You said they all quit. What does that mean?
Well, at the time, that's what they say, but they kind of settled down.
But you have multiple staff in multiple different areas. So what does that mean for you guys as far as your staff quit?
I mean, animal safari.
Okay.
Safari animal team.
So was that giraffe and rhino and zebras?
The manager of the team. So Andrew and then Billy had a hard time with it. He quit, and they had said that the whole team would quit when he quit, but come to find out when we were dealing with everything that wasn't the case. That
Okay.
Billy had quit, and
The other two are
and he was probably the one who called. And honestly, I was on the machine, extinguishing the situation, and you were my next call. When you called me, I was still on the machine. So
What's Billy's last name?
Rodriguez Jr.
So he's.
I just another thing I want to say. I reached out to Billy. I reached out to a lot of people that are part of the staff. None of them wanted to comment on it. Not one of them. The people that I reached out to, I didn't know there were some other people involved till later, but nobody wanted to talk about it. And they all started, and a lot of these people started to contact me after the video had dropped. I just want to say that. So I wish they would have reached out to me earlier, but I think a lot of these guys might be underneath NDAs, or they're just afraid to, I don't know, go against where they work or something like that, which is kind of sad because I feel like things like this happen all the time. And unfortunately, this is people just they cover it up, or they don't want people to find out about it. Let's see. There's something about. Nope, we're good. We're gonna keep going. Anything you got to say there, Mr. MJ? Have you quit? Did we lose MJ? Did MJ?
There was quite a bit of an aggressive comment about my chewing my almonds last podcast. So I was just muting myself this time. That way, I don't want to get beaten up. Yeah. Anyway, so but I can't help but to think that one thing Florida's known for, and mainly because Florida is that reptile state, is a lot of them back each other up. Like a lot of them just rather not roll on each other. There are still rats within everywhere, but they just, I think because it's so close to home and maybe they know so many people or something. I don't know, but it makes no sense why nobody would want, like, especially if I had to quit because how upset I was after what I witnessed. I don't know. I would want something to happen, but I don't know. Maybe this is why sometimes real animal lovers aren't real animal lovers aren't working with the animals. It's just somebody who hired, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, it doesn't.
I think there's definitely people there that care about the animals, but
right.
I'm going to say, but they all did work really good together to not let this get out, because I know there's a lot of people in Florida that knew about this situation and they didn't tell anybody of value. You know what I mean? It's just, there were murmurs, there was rumors around, but nobody ever talked about it. So I don't know. They are protecting each other. It would seem like that. All right.
Yeah. So that's all I
The
can
only
think of.
confirmed staff that's quit.
He's the only one that we
Well, that
know
we
of that
know of.
quit.
Everyone. The other thing I wanted to say was they never interviewed any of these people. Not to my knowledge. It's not in any of the reports. They didn't interview Billy because apparently he didn't witness the shooting. But none of those people got talked to on the body cam. So I didn't see any of that footage. I saw Andrew Biddle in the footage later on, but I don't think he was even there for the president of the killing. I think just PJ Brown, Jordan Munns, and Daniel Munns, and somebody else were there. That's it. But nobody was interviewed, which is very strange to me because there could have been, I don't know, there could have been more information out there. But I guess maybe they didn't. Maybe it was too hot out that day or something. Who knows?
Works under Andrew.
Yeah. So it goes. Andrew's curator of the whole park. So
Both parks.
yep.
Okay.
Desiree is our animal
Gator
manager
Park.
over there, and Billy was the animal manager here.
Okay.
I reached out for comment to several of these people, and they all ignored me, or they told me to contact the owner.
I don't know who called. It was anonymous. I don't even have a callback number.
Yeah, and it could be someone who's still here. You know, we're still trying to put fires out. I mean, they just don't understand the severity of it, and that this action had to happen.
And I wonder if the
in order
cops would have told him.
public safety. And luckily, we were ready for it. So it's going to be a constant thing that we're going to have to deal with.
So as far as who was in attendance today when this happened?
So another thing we did last night, I made the call at 5 o'clock. We shut down the safari park.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, for the
closed it
day.
down for the day. Yep. To get him in his area.
Damn it.
We didn't want the cars stressing him out. I mean, we did everything that we could think of doing, but because of that, we didn't have some staff come in. We had enough to take care of this, and so there was 3 safari animal team members here, and there happened to be another grounds crew that was around here when it happened.
Like landscapers?
Yeah, I talked to him.
But he was on this side.
Yeah, he's over here.
They were all on this side of the fence.
Yeah, they all get their equipment and stuff from this yard.
It was
and,
happenstance that they pulled up.
Yeah.
Right when everything hit the fan.
And
I mean, we had been out here all morning.
You're one of the brothers?
No, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
no, he's been with us for 10 years.
Yeah, no, I know you're a long time. So what's your role?
I'm the director of sales, but also,
Yeah, he normally works up in the office and does groups and stuff.
Okay.
But he's been so long. I mean, we still build our own stuff. That
Yeah.
this morning he was helping us build the
Okay.
fence.
What's your last name?
Brown.
Brown.
And then when it happened, so to preface this a little bit, this morning before starting to work, I brought all the team together and said, guys, I want to be completely open with you. If this animal breaches those cables, gets 4 feet on the other side, there's no other way. Like, I don't want to have to do it, but I'm not going to let it get any further. And they're like, yo, we totally understand. You got to do what you got to do. So I'm like, okay, with that being said, we're doing all that we can right now. And I told them I was working with the vet and Rudy. We're going to get this done, get them caught. And I even told them, I said, this isn't a rhino for us. We're going to recoup what we can from this whole deal. We're sending them back. This is a wild freaking rhino that we had no clue we were getting. That's exactly what I said. And they're like, perfect. So then I say, you guys go do your normal duties. I want them to stay out of 4 because the buggies get them riled up.
Mm-hmm.
So they continue doing what they're doing. We started putting up rails, and I'll show you. We came to the last section of rail that we had to cut with a torch in order for it to fit. And we pulled the measurement, 121 and 106. We were coming back. I had my truck backed in there, and we were about to fire up the torch, start cutting. And he tried it again on the far corner, and he got stuck, like I said, for like 30 seconds, and then breached it. And my brother's truck was there ready with all the guns in case we needed it. And we made one. We said, "That's it. Let's go. Let's go." We jumped in the truck, and I could show you exactly.
Which brother? Your brother was here?
Yeah, my brother Daniel was here.
Daniel. Okay.
Yeah, he's flying out to Vegas to a trade show, so he had to leave just a little bit ago. But it was me, PJ, and Daniel that did the shooting. You know, he did what we thought we wanted him to do, because we thought, I mean, worst case, if he gets out, we want him to go to the head. Get in the head. Because I don't want him to run and go this way and get out, or go that way. I said, if he gets in the head, that's best case scenario for us. That's what he did. He got out and got in the head.
Now, the head, to my knowledge, I think the head is the cypress stand. I think that's what they're talking about. That's what I think. And also, the interesting thing that we don't talk about in the video is the cypress stand is located right. It's this big. You see this huge group of trees here in the middle. That's what he's talking about. And you can see his. I don't know if you guys can see with the square there where he escaped. He beelined right for the trees. So this whole time he's in this enclosure looking at these trees. He probably wants to hide in the trees. I don't know. Dingo was live with Kevin the other night, and he suggested that this rhino just wanted to hide and didn't feel safe because, I don't know, its enclosure had nowhere for it to really feel safe, in our opinions. So it went in there to safety, and then, I don't know, shit kind of hit the fan for the rhino, which is kind of sad. All right. And if you guys want to check that live out, it's on Kevin's.
Flanked him like this, and we just counted down and we started shooting because the way he was acting inside the pen, he was gonna burn through a couple animals, kill them, and then get out. And there was no chance we were gonna have that. And like I said, we did everything we could to not have to kill this animal, and that's what it came down to.
That's fine. Was this animal? You said he was being crate trained, but was he living with other rhinos at the time?
Honestly, Damon, that we asked for pictures of this animal a dozen times. We finally got pictures like a week ago, and everything we'd asked for information, it was like I had a suspicious feeling that we might be getting a rhino we weren't sure we were getting.
Yo, I'm reading the chat right now. So listen, if you guys are confused, he did say this. The rhino got up on top of this fence and he climbed it like a ladder, and then he kind of just put his weight. Apparently, this top one wasn't up. It pulled down the top one up here. See how the one is bent super like a C? It put all its weight on there, bent it. So, but what's strange is the outer, in my opinion, the outside fencing of this just isn't enough. Like in the main enclosure, it's just all white. You'll see. It's all. I got a photo of it here to make it easy. Where the hell is it? Oh, maybe I don't have a photo of it. That was kind of dumb. All right, back to the video.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Now this is
fucked
right
up.
now.
This is so fucked up.
Okay, so underneath here is the rhino. All right, he's parked the Bobcat on top of the rhino so nobody can see it. Okay, so that's the deal. Dude, hey, listen, I'm seeing people saying it's not possible for them to join to climb the fence. There's a lot of witnesses that says that happened. I'm not going to sit here and say it didn't happen. I don't think it's on film. I wasn't able to get any security footage from the whole thing because they won't allow security footage to be released to people like me because they say we're going to use it against them because it's a security thing. I don't know. But so we have no idea. We just got to believe what they say. And there's a lot of witnesses. So I'm not saying that didn't happen. It most likely did. But remember, the FWC, a couple days ahead, they approved that fucking fence. They approved that quarantine location. So the FWC's already fucked up. They already, and by the way, if you guys are familiar with Iguanaland, they did the same thing to Iguanaland. They approved an enclosure and then a monitor got out of it. And then they took Ty Park and they kicked in his back door and you know what I'm saying? They were not good to him.
They went hard on him, bro.
Yeah, they really did. And they didn't do anything to these guys.
Yeah.
Got all the pictures before I started filling it over.
Okay.
I mean, there were
a
bunch of bullet wounds, but not any definitive one that killed him, I don't believe.
Yeah, can we look at your pictures in the shade?
Sure.
I thought he was going to be a little bit more exposed.
Oh. No, I was afraid that it would be in view of helicopters that fly around all the time.
In case you missed that, he said he buried it so it would be out of the view of helicopters, which just tells me that they were trying to cover this up from the get-go.
Anybody get video?
No. That was me just trying to zoom in on it.
Can I get photo? Do you have photos of him on the ground over there where he laid? Where you dropped him?
No. Yeah, I mean, you can see the blood. Yeah, we can show you exactly where it was.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, we can walk you through step by step.
How many in the trailer do you have?
How many what?
Pictures in the trailer.
Oh, just that one. When I was pulling them out, I'm like, maybe I should get a picture. That's how we loaded them.
Zoe, you got to be coming to the video late. It's most likely Rum Creek. Most likely. I showed aerial photos of it and stuff in the video if you missed it.
And I'll show you where we loaded them. There was blood on the ground, and I kind of
loaded them. He said loaded them.
Kind of block, clean it up a little bit. But
yeah, it's interesting that It's also, you can also see, I was going to extract this video, this little piece here, but hold on. People from seeing blood all over the ground.
Trailer do you have?
You can look at the phone. Look at the phone.
How many what?
Pictures in the trailer.
Oh, just that one.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Laying down in there. So they went up there, they grabbed it with the trailer. Yeah, I mean,
they dragged it.
Yeah, well, they used that trailer so nobody could take photos of it. That was their main concern the whole time because, yeah, and as they predicted, the media does not like this, you know, and I'm surprised it was, you know, stayed low that long.
When I was pulling them out, I'm like, maybe I should get a picture. That's how we loaded them. And I'll show you where we loaded them. There was blood on the ground, and I kind of turned the skid steer on to kind of block, clean it up a little bit. But
I think it's interesting that he said block instead of clean up because I believe he was trying to block people from seeing blood all over the ground.
We loaded them in here, brought them out here. On the way out here, like, it happened quick. We didn't want this thing on the ground. We don't want people with long lens and, whatever. We're just trying to, control the situation. And while I was driving the Bobcat out here with Daniel and them in the truck, is when you called me.
This morning he had already tried to get out 3 or 4 times, so we were giving him space.
So that's why I was calling. I called Larry, and I'm like, Larry, this animal's not a good fit for us. I was putting all these things in line, and that last little bit of guardrail is what we needed to get him caught in there. And I was shipping this animal back where it came from.
Well, they even told us, get him in this enclosed area. So we'd already fixed the panel that he had broken.
Rudy and his vet were on call, and they were going to have the crate ready and the whole 9. But
they wanted him in that area so that we
didn't drown.
Contain him. And
I get that, yeah.
And so that's why we were doing what we were doing. We were like, okay, we gave him, to put 5 guardrails up.
It wouldn't take 5 minutes.
But it took we were for 3 hours. We were just letting him calm down, and we go put one up and then back way off and just sit and wait. We go put another one up and then back off. We were giving all the respect.
Did Rudy have any suggestions or afterthoughts? Or
everything that we did was a collaboration of all of our thoughts and ideas. Yeah. Even the vet, this was and Larry.
When they transported him, was he drugged?
Normally they do. He was laying down in the crate when we lifted him off with the 2 machines, and his vet was there with a pulse syringe ready to give him something, and they all decided, hey, he's as calm as he is now. Let's not give it to him because all that's going to do is prolong his craziness by 2 or 3 hours.
But do you think he was
sedated to get in there?
Yeah.
They told us he was not sedated. Okay. We were told he was not sedated, and that's why when Rudy and the vet were talking, like, man, let's not give him anything. If he wasn't sedated and he's laying down right now, because what would happen is all this crap would have happened when we weren't there later tonight when the medicine wear off. And so they all collectively said, let's not give him anything. And then when we let him out, things changed. But this is where he's at. If you don't mind just a second, before we take off, can I just cover his head?
That's fine.
With the machine, and then I'll leave that here and we'll go drive back. I can come get this later.
Sure. So when I texted you earlier,
oh yeah, no, we're still not in that.
You hadn't dealt with this yet?
No.
So they keep coming back to this because I think the officer here is trying to figure out exactly when this thing was shot and when they started burying it because I think even the officer here thinks it's a little sus. I think that's why he keeps asking these questions about time frames. And there's a whole bunch of other part of the body cam footage I didn't put in here because it was just getting way too long and it was useless. But they were really trying to narrow down exactly when it happened and when the calls were made that tipped off the FWC about this event. So keep that in mind, guys. Oh, God damn it. Fuck.
Get it.
We were still working on the corrals thinking.
Was he here when it happened?
No.
No.
He got here. He pulled in after I said, he's down, I need a Bobcat immediately. He pulled into the barn, jumped on a Bobcat, started coming to it.
And they're talking about Andrew Biddle. I just want to let you guys know, Andrew he wasn't here when any of this happened. He didn't shoot it. I think I saw some people saying that Andrew did this stuff, and he didn't.
Donnie, did you send this to Barcheck? Did you talk to him about this yet or no?
No. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to waste Barcheck's time with this stuff. He's got important stuff to do.
I know. I mean, what do you mean? I feel like Barcheck would care about this. Like, fuck, he's still an animal lover. Like, I'm curious.
Sure he knows about usually most things I post.
But I don't know if he knows these people or not. Like, it'd be curious if he did. Like, that's maybe something to look into. That's all I'm saying.
He might know him. I don't know. And
You're
listen,
getting lazy on me, buddy. I don't like it.
No,
you know what I mean?
I'm looking at it from perspective of there's a lot of people that work at Wild Florida that I'm sure had nothing to do with this, and I'm sure they really didn't want it to happen, and it's unfortunate that they work there. Maybe it's the only place they can get an animal job. So like I don't want to light a cross, and I don't want to light a. Why did I say light a cross? I don't want to light a fire underneath some of these people here that don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Because only 3 people really shot that rhino.
I take back that lazy comment, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna give you a head scratch when I see you.
What?
All right. Yeah.
All right. So this, he comes. We bring him through here. We back the trailer up to that gate right there, and unload the crate. We shove the crate up. We attach it with chains. We're gonna let him out in here, and this is where he's gonna settle down and feed, for the next little bit. Once we did it, and this guardrail came to here. There was not this one up here, so this was the top. This is what we did this morning in order to try to get him caught in here again and regroup. Well, he does his pacing, he does his running. You see the guardrail on the ground that's bent?
Mm-hmm.
That's where he jumped up and landed. He climbed up it, and he got like 3/4 of his body up it and started leaning on it and started bending it. Then he couldn't get over that. He tried this over here, couldn't get over any of this. And then he ended up getting enough speed or something. He got over to that spot and got into there. And that's when
So you've replaced what he got into?
Yeah, this morning. See the one on the ground? This one we were just gonna leave because we were trying to do this quick.
So he broke
all yesterday. He bent that one and that one.
Where was that one at? The one on the ground?
Directly up.
On the very top?
No. The second up.
This row.
Yeah, this top wasn't on here until this morning.
Okay, there was no top at all.
No top.
Okay, right. All right.
And that's what we were doing this morning in order to catch him again.
So catch him to ship him back?
Yes.
Okay.
Catch him to crate him, and Rudy and everybody were all on standby. As soon as we got him in here, that's what we were going to do. So then he gets it. So without this top rail, we're still going back to yesterday. He does his thing. He gets wild. He jumps up. He falls back over. Does that 2 or 3 times. Finally gets over to here and just bolts it for the water. And we're like, man, he's going to drown right now. Goes around. He's out there. He's in the main yard. By this time, when
he went in the water.
Oh yeah, he went in the water.
Did he swim or just walk?
No, he walked. I mean, he got over his head one time and freaked out, and then got up. But all the meanwhile, we get all of our vehicles out of there because now he's in the main yard, and he shouldn't be in the main yard yet.
Mm-hmm, yet, yeah.
We get trucks out, whatever. We're watching him. He's kind of testing the hot wire, which you'll see over here. We don't have it in here because we have the guardrail, but everywhere else on the perimeter, we have a standoff wire. And he would touch it, he did not like it. He backed off real quick, did a standoff wire all the way around. And we're like, okay, let's let him settle down. Well, he did his thing for quite a while. We were still worried. He ran around for a couple hours, 3 hours, I think it was, testing all the spots. He tested the wire a few times, but then got out of there. He wasn't going to work. And then he settled down. And we were able to be like, okay, well, it's not the end of the world that he's in here. This is where he's going to end up, but it's just, we didn't want him in here. That's when I decided to cancel the safari admission. I said, let's not chance this. We're going to just say we're closed due to maintenance, whatever.
But you weren't closed anyway.
We weren't closed. Yesterday, we're always closed on Sundays. That's why
but you had not planned on closing today?
No,
okay.
Until yesterday at 5. When I left here, I sent a text out to all the guys, and I said, we're not going to chance it. Let's close tomorrow. Let's say due to maintenance, and technically it is. We're going to be working on this pin.
But he was in the main yard as of yesterday at 5.
Yep, and we knew how sketchy he was when we would drive by, so I didn't want guests to be...
To spook him.
Yes. So this morning we get in here early. We check the cameras at like 7. He's got his energy back. He's doing his thing. We're like, all right, we're going to make this work. We start working. He starts getting testy again, and I call Rudy right away. I'm like, man, I just don't know. I'm like, what do you think about me calling Larry and seeing to try to get this animal, swapped out or returned? He's like, he would be, in other words, he would be not a very good guy if he didn't do it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to call him. So I think Larry reached out to Biddle. He talked to him a little bit, and then I get a call from Larry, and I'm like, hey, man, this is where we're at. And, we talked. He's like, well, what about, sedating him? And I'm like, well, that's just going to prolong it, but I'll talk to the vet. Kind of went around, and I said, Larry, at the end of the day, man,
Donnie,
I don't know if this
pause.
feels right
Yo,
for
what's
us.
up? Yeah,
If
I'm
we
here.
can get
Pausing it.
Yeah, seriously, guys, we're about 51 minutes in, and there's only 50 likes compared to 100 people watching. This is wild. I get it. This is very catchy. You want to watch it, but can you guys get the likes up, please?
Tell you what, hold on. We'll take make it so we're not full screen anymore. We'll just wait until it gets up to like 80. We can do that. What are you worried about? I don't give a shit. Let me see your beautiful face. What are you doing? Are you naked?
I'm just happy right now. I feel happy. What do you mean? My shirt is on. What do you mean?
No, let me see. I can't see you.
I'm here. How do you not see me?
Oh, wait a minute, bro. I'm so dumb. I'm really dumb. Hold on.
What are you doing?
Being dumb. I'm just being dumb. Just hold on.
Oh.
Okay, we're good.
Oh, God.
That was
See,
mine. Okay.
all because the likes aren't up. We're going through this right now, just so you guys know. Okay. All right. We're like 10 away. Okay, 8 away. 8 more likes, and we can get back to business here, guys.
Let's just make it 100 likes. 100 likes, or we don't. Come on, let's go. I like to shoot big, man. Dude, that's like loser shit. Having 72 likes on a video. I'm not really into that. How many of you aren't subscribed now?
I know, seriously. Hey, listen. There's some guys, and I'm not. Listen, thank you for being here, but man, there are some on that level of calling me a spineless cocksucker people that are tapped into this show right now. So thank you for being here right now. Maybe if you enjoy it, you'd resubscribe. I don't know. Maybe you never were subscribed, but I see a few of you in here. How you doing? Hit the subscribe button. That'd be great. Get my subscribers back.
Oh wait, are there some mean people here?
I'm not gonna single out anybody, but there's definitely some MJ haters in the building for sure.
Not that.
But they're being they're not saying anything. I'm happy the way it's going so far. I think they're probably here for you, which is I'm cool with. You know what I mean? But Donnie is a part of this channel, so hit the subscribe button for Donnie. If it's not for me, hit it for Donnie, because Donnie and I are we're related through YouTube somehow.
He's my boyfriend.
That is cap. Oh my God. Hold on. He went down on me. Okay, that was it. I didn't.
Yeah.
And then we went shopping.
That's right. We did. It was cool.
Where are we at with likes? Oh my God. Okay, we're right. Wait, what? 77? Oh my God, it stopped. Oh well, guys, we'll just sit here and just continue to be fucking, this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly though, if we were to go on a shopping spree, what would be one and I'm the one paying? Where would be one store you'd want to go to? Like, where would be one store you just want to just fucking drop it like it's hot at?
In California?
Anywhere, yeah. Like, let's say we're in Cali. Where would Donnie want to go drop a bag at?
There's really cool comic book stores in California. I like comic books. I know it's probably not your jam. You're like a sports guy.
I know, dude. No. Hold on. I love comics. What? Like, I'm talking like Marvel, like fucking X-Men and shit. I was
an X-Men guy.
Yeah, I'm an X-Men guy. Yeah, for sure. It definitely was X-Men when I was in Spider-Man, but not OG Spider-Man. It was more like it was cool because it was there, but like I was deep into X. Like my dad has these hologram X-Men cards that are worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they're really fucking
X-Men sick. They're like my favorite too in that universe. They really,
man.
And they're way cooler than I hate traditional superheroes, dude. I like X-Men. They've got problems.
It's not the same. It's not the same anymore. And listen, I love the Transformer movies too. I thought those were cool, but like it's just kind of like it's drifting away from how I looked at comics and that shit before it was. The mainstream, the movie shit is cool, but I don't know. Like I feel like I do just like I'm a comic guy. I'm more of a comic guy than I am the movies. Like I much rather fucking have I think someday. Because one of my dreams, Donnie, because I'm a big movie guy too. Like there's a comic / movie store. This is probably gonna have a bunch of people judge me, but I don't give a fuck. I'm a huge Pee Wee Herman fan. Like Pee Wee Herman was like my even when he got caught busted fucking jerking off. Like I was like, dude, what's wrong with that? Like he was like, he probably shouldn't have gone. And this is before like computers and shit, like before like the web. So it's like he was just like he probably found a really good like porno theater and he just got caught. But like still, I don't give a fuck what era we're in. I would never jack off in public. So I would. It was just unfortunate. And then I remember my mom was like, she threw away my dolls and shit. And I think I was
you had all the Pee Wee Herman stuff,
dude. I got one. Hold on, stay right.
You still got one?
Get the likes up.
Come on, guys. He showed his Pee Wee Herman collection right now. Come on, you have to like this. What are you doing? Midnight Musings, what's up? All my people from my nerd fam. Thank you for joining and watching the live stream. We really appreciate having you here. I love you. I love all of you except Emery Exotics. Oh my God. Look at that. Bro,
look at this shit. Iconic.
That is wicked cool. Dude, big respect. I had a little baby with the couch. You know the talking?
Yeah. Cherry. Her name's Cherry. Yeah.
Cherry, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that Morpheus was on that from Matrix. Remember, guys?
His voice box barely works.
That's close enough.
Oh, Pee-wee, my dog. Anyways, so I want a room. I want a room with just like my like, you know, like remember those posters they would have at video stores when a movie would hit the like, you know, I just kind of want like I want a Goodfellas poster. I want like a American Werewolf in London. Like that was one of my favorite horror movies. Was American Werewolf in London. Are you a horror movie guy? You like horror movies or what?
Yeah, I just don't like I just don't like Hostel. I don't like when they get like super gory for no reason. Like that's too much. But yes, horror. Fuck yeah.
No. Anyways.
Oh man, MJ, you're definitely cooler than I thought you were 2 years ago.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll talk. We'll definitely geek out more, but definitely we got the likes up finally. So thank you. We can get back to business here. So let's get back to business. Thank you for the likes, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Get him in a crate and keep him cool. Can we work a deal out? He's like, yes, we'll work a deal out. I will have to do that, and we'll do something. So he'll return the animal if we get it in a crate. So then, talking with Rudy and him being here with the vet yesterday, we dart him anywhere out here in the main yard. He's going right to the middle, and he's going to die anyways. So we're like, we need to get this top rail up and get him caught. And we started this morning right there. We added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We were going to cut that last one to put it up, open the gate, and try to catch him. That's when he went out over there by the black bucks. He respects the hot wire, but when he would hit it, he would ground it out somewhere, and we'd have to run and go fix it because then it's not affecting him, right?
Right.
And if he hit his horn here and his face here, he'd go like this, and he'd get out of there quick. It was when he would hit it and his head would slide through. That happened, and it happened 2 or 3 times. 3 times. And
I can show you where
he was stuck, and he wasn't getting out, and he backed out. I'm like, man, he's not going to try it again. There's no way. I mean, they're smart. They know what they can and can't do. Well, literally the last one we were on, he tried it, and he was able to do it. And we'll drive over there, and then we'll kind of go through right there. He got force, and he was able to push up against that slab. I think that's where he got out. Doesn't that seem right? Yeah. Yep, and then he booked it in here. He did what we wanted him to do if worst case scenario.
Now, remember, guys, okay, so let's look at this. Here you go. So they're at the very corner right now. They're at see the square where the exit point is right there? Right. It's looking at this whole stand of trees this whole entire time. The first thing it does runs into the trees they're about to go into right now. And this is where the party starts. This poor guy. All right.
He got in here. And then we were all running with the truck. We drove all the way up in here, and PJ went that way. My brother went in the middle, and I went over there. He got off in there a little ways.
Oh, he went in here.
He went in here. And right here is where we started shooting. We were over there doing the guardrail.
So he got out of primary containment.
Yes, we didn't shoot him while he was still in primary. He just didn't get out of the.
Well, you had said he had 2 feet through.
Multiple times he had 2 feet through. We didn't shoot him when he had 2 feet through. We shot him when he was out because several times.
Because if they shot him with 2 feet through in the primary enclosure, they'd look like psychopaths. They waited for it to leave the enclosure. But what I want to know is why they didn't try to trank it then and just use a car to corral it so it didn't go in the water.
So many opportunities. So many opportunities to put it down with the tranquilizer with it not being near the water. This doesn't make any sense, bro. This is like, and it's kind of like, I don't know, like it's.
I don't think they had anybody that could fire a tranquilizer gun there.
Like if I was this cop, like or this fucking it's FWC, right? Is this who this is?
Yeah.
Okay, so
FWC.
If I was him at this point, I would want to speed up this process and get other people on the property. I would be like, hold on. I'm like, I need my supervisor. Like this, I would make a fucking big deal.
Did you catch that? His lieutenant is there with him.
Oh, so he's kind of rare. Oh, so he's just quiet in the background or what? Just not saying shit?
He's there. He's actually, that's the other body cam footage that I wanted that they did not give to me until it was,
holy
way past
shit.
The time.
Well, there you go. This is fucking bullshit. Okay, continue.
So he got 2 feet through and then he backed out.
Okay.
And so we were so close to catching him that we didn't want to shoot him right on the spot. But I said, and this is what I told the team, I said, if 4 feet touch the ground on the other side of this wire, he's done. And so we came flying up here. He was still maybe like 10 or 12 trees in, and we started shooting. And we did a lot of damage in here. And he came out of the swamp here.
He actually dropped in here.
He fell like right over there, but then got up and was limping real bad. And I'm gonna drive you where he went. Okay.
Okay.
So we're in here. Bam, bam, bam. He falls. He gets back up. He goes this way. We get back in the truck. We're going this way. You see our trail here. He gets out on this road. We clear the back. There's no animals behind him. Bam, bam. We hit him a few times right here on the high end of this pond. He goes that way. Doesn't hit the fence or anything, but he follows it. And he's kind of hobbling, but still fully with it. Right along the fence. So this is us. I mean, we're pacing him right here. We're not, we're right there with him. He crosses in front of that feeding slab with the rails. We jump out and line up. Nothing behind us. Bam, bam, bam. Hit him a couple times again. Right here. Get back in our truck. He goes over the cattle guard. Stumbles through it because he's out of it completely. So now he's over here. We're back in the truck. We drive up to the cattle guard. It was probably like right about here somewhere. None of these animals are out here. He's like right where this washoe is. Bam, bam. Probably 2 or 3 more shots. He makes it around where the cows are smelling right now is where he died. That's why they're smelling over there.
Okay.
He kept on like right here. Probably some of the last shots we took. Got over here, we might have shot 1 or 2 times more right where they are.
One more time each. We pretty much walked up and he was still standing on all fours. And we both shot him and we dropped and then just laid there.
Yeah.
So right there?
Yeah. And that's where we came in the truck, backed the stock trailer up to it, loaded them up, went out those 2 gates, and then took them out. And literally between that one right there. Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, that one's a pill.
Okay.
Between right now to driving back was a matter of probably 5 minutes, and that's when you called me. So I was still fully in the scenario. That's why I don't want you to feel like I wasn't calling you right away. This was still very fresh, very new, trying to get a handle on it.
Where's that? Blood? That's blood right there?
Yeah. And that's my attempt to kind of, with the skid steer, kind of spread it. So on the timeline of events, we went that way. That's when you called me. We buried him up to his head. And then came back here and started dealing with employees that were aware of it.
And when he was out of his enclosure, what were they saying? The employees, the ones that were concerned.
I didn't have a minute to even talk to them about what they were saying. We moved on to the next phase, and that was to make sure he didn't go any further.
So, how long was he in possession of this animal?
We don't know any of that. He was very hush-hush on his end, and you did a lot of dealing with him. But every time I'd ask a question, I'd say, hey, let's get some pictures of this animal. And we just got, like a week ago, 10 days ago, we finally got the first picture. And, can you kind of explain what, so it's a very private
It's from
facility.
CCTU down in Punta Gorda Arcadia.
Okay, yeah.
And they don't deal with anybody. So he's the one that handles all of this. So, like, it had to come from him. Like, they would, because we wanted to go see the facility.
Yeah, I wanted to put eyes on the animal, see what kind it was, and we weren't able to do anything.
They don't, because it's the billionaire guy that owns it, and he doesn't want anybody there. And I talked to, like, Mike Mullins in Miami. He's like, yeah, like, everybody knows that's how, I don't even know anybody that works there. Like,
But there wasn't any negativity coming from it. We just thought, well, maybe they're just really private.
Yeah,
Certainly not going to sell a facility like us a wild, like one that's never seen people before. Like that's where we were going down the road. Even Rudy verified that he knew Larry, and Larry wouldn't do that. He wouldn't sell some of those.
Yeah,
crazy.
he's super reputable.
Did Larry purchase the animal and turn it for a profit to you guys?
We don't know that. I don't know if that's how that facility has to do. They have to sell it to Larry, and then Larry has to sell it on. We just know we paid Safari Enterprises, and it was coming from Florida, CCTU. When it was on the crate, I mean, we had 2 machines under it that took the crate off the trailer. The animal laid down the whole time. Like, I was thinking, oh, what's wrong with it? You know, if it had been bucking around and getting crazy, and we'd have known that we were going to get in this situation before, even if we had it in the small pens and it was still doing the crazy stuff it was doing, we would have already darted him and sent him back. But he got out, and there was nothing we could do. It was either kill him.
But you don't have any history in this animal other than it came from Larry, and Larry supposedly got it from CCTU.
You're right.
What did he show up transporting?
It was a crate shoved in a tall stock trailer, so like a 24-foot gooseneck. Something you'd see hauling cows, really, just a little taller.
And they crate trained the Rhino, so that's the other thing. We were like, okay, I mean, if they're crate trained, then obviously it's got to be somewhat workable, you know.
But we don't know the crate change.
Yeah, that's true.
Darted and put in the crate.
That's true.
Because it didn't seem like it was crate trained.
I'm sitting down in the crate, right?
What's that?
That's true too. It was laying down the crate.
But when we asked him, was he medicated? Because the vet wanted to know if he needed to do anything else or what not to give him. We were told he was not medicated at all. Didn't know that until
That investment might be worth having a vet come out here, paying that vet to have a blood sample, and then seeing if maybe there's something in that blood that was not supposed to be in the blood.
that was told that wasn't in the blood. Yeah. So I want to know from your guys' standpoint, because I'm talking myself, you know, I did the right thing in terms of neutralize this thing. There was no other way.
Now listen, so it's a couple things. One is I don't know if obviously you have a USDA license as well, so I don't know if there's been any contact with them. There probably should be because they have their own stuff.
I know.
And again, I completely separate from them, but they will probably find out.
Will your report go to them, or will they?
If they don't hear it from you, they'll hear it from us.
Yes.
Like you.
Now, right then and there, his tone sounds like, hey, if you don't tell them, we're going to tell them. And if you guys don't already know, the USDA has already been out to Wild Florida a couple of times. And by the way, USDA, probably the worst people to piss off in the whole animal world. They are relentless. And
well, I mean, like one of many, right? Like that's like it's like there's
that is the one though. That is like
worst,
FWC
right?
Doesn't really answer to anyone in that state, but like USDA is far more powerful than they are, and they're very intelligent over there. And they've got some veterinarians that will come out and visit you. That's the scarier thing about the USDA. They send veterinarians that with hearts.
You'll have to send this report out and notify them.
I'll call them today and let them know what
If
happened.
they request a report, yeah, we give them copies.
Yeah, we're not in the business of hiding from other agencies.
No,
that
for
inspect
sure,
you.
for sure.
Now, if it appears that Wild Florida would prefer that the FWC didn't contact the USDA, you'd probably be right. Just months before this incident, they had another one involving the death of 4 goats that escaped the park. And the USDA was not happy about that. And they weren't happy about a few other things too.
So it might be better coming from you first, but going back to what you're talking about neutralizing it, our rules don't prohibit you from doing what you did. So from the lethal take of that animal from a public safety point of view, the FWC rules don't prohibit that.
Yeah.
You bought that animal, it's yours.
Yeah, we consider that as personal property, and you took action for public safety. So we have no rules that said you shouldn't have shot and killed it if that's what you're asking from that point of view. However, USDA has their own stuff with federally protected animals, different stuff like that. So you might want to get ahead of that.
We just don't work in their realm, but we do have kind of an obligation to let them know that, hey, a serious incident occurred, that you'll be, and if they hear about it like a month later from us, oh, you can get a public record. That's just not agencies playing well together.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should probably make a phone call, let them know what happened.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
So in all honesty, an escape occurred. Okay. That's stuff we have to discuss still, but it escaped primary containment. Being in that big yard with your deer fence, that's not rhino containment. It escaped its primary containment with an approved fence.
Right.
Okay. We're not casting any blame, but to answer your question, did you make the right call? If it got out into the open, out into we'll call it the public, not Wild Florida,
Not worth the risk.
you would have had to do that anyway, and you would have had a bigger gap with all these other class 2 hoof stock that are now having an escape. So
there was no other way.
So while we can't answer your question yes or no, I mean, it would have been a bigger issue had you not, probably.
Right.
If it would have escaped.
Right.
We can't say whether it would have escaped. It made a hard right.
Yeah.
You know, but.
Well, I wasn't willing to take that chance.
Yeah. Not everything's black and white, though.
Right.
Sometimes we just have to, make the right call.
See, fuck him. I don't like him right there.
Rhino. What do you think? I know this story is a huge bummer for many of you, but remember, these animals don't have a voice. If you enjoyed this video or, I don't know, appreciate...
Dude, these animals don't have a voice. Like, this animal, like, was so scared. Like, this animal just wanted some place to hunker down for a little bit. And, like, dude, what I would have done, I would have just followed it. I would have just followed it and kept it where I needed to keep it as much as I could with trucks or whatever, and just watch it. It's your job to fucking, like, go above and beyond before killing it. I don't know, man. Like, and here's the thing, like, my boy Blake was just in the live chats, and a lot of you guys are kind of going after him right now, and I just, I hit him up and I was like, hey, I was like, what is it that you know that I don't know? Because I don't think it's funny. Like, I think this is fucking brutally fucked up, and he's on a realm of animal keeping where this is kind of normal. You have an escaped, animal that at this capacity you put it down. But I told him, regardless of that's a norm where you're from, it's not norm for us. It's not norm for the people watching. For us, this is really fucked up. Like, you know what I mean?
So Blake has giraffes and stuff, does he not?
I can't.
But if a giraffe got out, would he shoot it?
No, here's the thing. I did say to Blake, I was like, Blake, I don't ever see you fucking shooting a rhino. I was like, I think if you had a rhino, Blake, you wouldn't. I think the last thing you would do is shoot it. He didn't reply to that.
I think if Blake had anything escape and it was a giraffe, and it would not be something he would shoot. And if he did shoot it, he sure as shit wouldn't want the world to find out about it, because he has a YouTube channel and he has a social media presence that I think he's very concerned about keeping. So I think if anything, Blake probably shouldn't be coming in here and saying we're a joke. And we're making something out of nothing.
I know. Listen, at the end of the day, I think
what he'd do in that situation.
Yeah, no, right.
The kind of guys he rolls with, and I don't know. I think he's got something against me because maybe he rolls with Catch 'em All Fishing and all those other dirt bags that are down in Florida. So
here's the thing. I listen. With all that aside, I've actually he's a creator I've met at Animal Con. I know he's a real I know he's a real person, and I know he takes care of his animals. That's why I was like, listen, regardless of who these people are to you or what it is that you're standing up for, I know that you wouldn't do this. You know what I mean? I guess they all have protocols down there, but in my eyes, listen, just because you live in a certain state doesn't mean you should fucking own rhinos. I don't know. Like, maybe you shouldn't. Like, who are you to say I should have a rhino? That's like problem I have with this, but anyways, let's go on.
Hey, man, I think if anyone has the capability of taking care of a rhino or a giraffe or a tiger, you let them have it, as long as they can do it right and they don't embarrass all the other people.
But here's the but that's the thing. Here's the thing, Donnie. Like, I stand, even though I respect certain venomous keepers, I don't think venomous should be legal. I think it should be illegal. I agree. Like, I agree. If it was up to me, man, people would hate me, but I would sorry. Like, okay, let's say you had a crazy venomous collection. Well, then, like, I would have to have some sort of, like, I'll give you a timeline to have all the proof. Like, Florida has, there are people who goes by, they watch or do you have a venomous sign? Like, it would be like a crackdown like that. Okay. But after that, like, you'd be like a grandfather into this, like, no new venomous keepers after that.
So hold on. So this is interesting because your stance is you don't think anyone should have venomous, period?
No, I feel like venomous should be kept within private sectors. I think venomous should be only kept within in labs and shit like that, like stuff to like prolong why people should keep venomous. I want venomous to stay away from content creation. I want venomous to stay away from motherfuckers who could be like a fake goddamn expert, and just because they kept something for a couple of years, they're like, all right, and I get it. Some of them are like, dude, there's people who are naturals out there. I understand it, but there's not enough. The naturals do not make up for all the dipshits, all the idiots who will fuck this up for us. And that's what I'm saying. I don't like, there has to be a crackdown on shit. Like, oh man, everything
regulation. I do. As long as, I believe in regulation, as long as it doesn't put people out of business, but for real, I think there's a lot of the states out there that are a little bit lax on their laws when it comes to keeping venomous stuff. And I think, people make some horrible mistakes out there and they do some stupid stuff on social media. Then it teaches. There's a guy that we had to let a guy go because we found out that he purchased a king cobra and he had a baby at home. And we're in New Hampshire. You're not allowed to keep any of that stuff legally. We let the guy go. We kicked him the fuck out. It was super irresponsible. There's tons of people out there like that out there in the world. And I don't think they should be doing that. But I mean, I think there's a lot of people out there that own tigers that shouldn't own tigers. But I think if you're a really rich guy and you're capable of taking care of these things and giving them the best life, go nuts. But yeah, regulation is important.
Yeah, but here's the thing. One thing I wouldn't want to do is rip snakes out of people's hands who are truly dedicated to taking care of these animals, because there are some people doing it right. But I'm just saying, what I want to stop are the people who just follow Tyler Nolan for about a month and they think they could be him. And it's God damn it. No, stop it. That's what I would like to stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways, but also with mainland retics, dude, I would like that on the same level of venomous. I feel like that with mainland retics, because mainlands could fuck you up. Especially if you mess with one on a bad day and you're by yourself, there could be no turning back on certain positions or certain situations with the retic. I've seen it. Oh my God. And motherfuckers, they're not ready. They're not ready for that shit. You know what I mean? And
California, a state where you can own retics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah.
Well, Massachusetts, you can't own monitors or that's right next to us, or retics. I'm fairly certain. There's a lot of states that restrict retics.
One thing I love about California is, even though you can't, here's a beautiful thing about California. It's you can't keep venomous that aren't native, and there's a strict rules, but whatever it is that we can keep, California is the least state people are really fucking tripping over, because we're already a fucking stiffed up the ass fucking state, and we already have our goddamn laws in place, right? The problem are the laws that don't have this shit in place, or they're just now putting shit in place where you let motherfuckers be reckless and do whatever the fuck they want. And now it's now there's an issue. California, I mean, yeah, trust me, there's still people who do shit illegally, but it's not a lot. People don't play in California. They don't want to get popped. People don't want to get busted in Cali. But mind you, there's still a percentage of people who still fuck around. Fuck around, you're going to find out in Cali. I can tell you that much right now.
Okay, I won't fuck around in Cali.
So,
yeah,
but you are coming to Trap Fest, so.
Yeah, I sure am, and that's at the Reptile Super Show, right?
Yeah, so the week of Anaheim. By the way, guys, join my Patreon, and then you get an invite to Trap Fest, and you can actually hang out with Donnie. Okay, so very first link in the description below, and then you $12, you get a picture with Donnie. Okay,
yeah,
and then you get a pitch, and then you get a napkin with the signature on it, because we have these trap napkins for your tacos. But you're gonna sign some.
You're making tacos?
I have a catering, bro. Are you kidding me, bro? Bro, all you can eat. My boy Calvin Garcia had 32 last year. Nailed it. Kill it. He smoked Stephen Kush. Fucking killed him, bro. It was nuts.
Oh, Stephen Kush. He smoked him. He doesn't look very big. He doesn't look like he needs a lot.
Steven's a big boy, bro. No, Steven's 6'4", 6'5". Steven's a big boy. He's big, and he can eat. Steven can eat. I think
stood next to him. He's not 6'5".
He is. I swear, he's 6'4". He's 6'4". He's 6'4". He's tall, bro. How tall are you?
I'm 6'2", 6'3".
Oh,
like
wow.
That.
Okay. So that's why.
I think I'm a little person for some reason.
I could have sworn you were not that tall. I could have sworn I'm 6 foot, but now I'm embarrassed because I'm going to be small. I hate being the shorter guy. And 6 foot is okay. I feel like that's a check. You know what I mean? Anything in the fives, I'm sorry. I don't want to be in the five. That was my whole thing in growing up was I have to at least be 6 foot, because my dad's 6'3", my Uncle Benny's 6'4". I played baseball, so I knew the guys I always looked up to were fucking big motherfuckers. They were big boys, you know what I mean? But I barely got 6 foot, man.
Do you not like people when they're taller than you? Is that kind of a problem with you?
No, I don't mind it. I just don't like, you know what I mean? I don't. It doesn't bother me. No, honestly, it doesn't bother me. I just feel for other short guys though. When I'm around tall people, I'm like, damn, short guys must feel rough sometimes, or that must play something. Anyways, I don't want to go there with short people. I love it. All my short people are sick as fuck. Being a short girl is different, just so you know. Short guys, it can be touchy. I had a lot of guys with big man or little man syndrome growing up, and
yeah,
I fuck some of. I've met some ruthless small guys. I can tell you, Matt. I mean, just because they're small doesn't mean they can't fuck shit up. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, I agree.
They're all, but it also like some of the most crazy motherfuckers are small because they know they're small and they're like, nah, I'm gonna get you before you can get me. Like I knew this guy named JoJo in high school, and he was the first guy I saw out of high school who carried a AK-47 in his trunk, and I was like so scared. I was like, dude, why? Like this gun is bigger than you. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. And I was like, what? Fuck? And he was tiny, bro. Oh my God. He was really athletic too.
Sounds like he made
I don't know where he's at. No, he's made some changes in his life, I think.
That's good. They always, a lot of them do. And I'm always like, how do you have kids? Yeah. You know, Adam Wickens. Did you see how short? He's so short.
That's your dog. You love Adam.
I like Adam.
He ain't here today, bro.
Cooler than you. He's way cooler than you. Oh my God. Hey, he did say he would do a live stream with us though.
Yeah, not after this.
You don't think he's he's like way. In my personal opinion, I think his fandom's better than nerds. Yeah, I mean,
his
I
what?
Really do. Yeah. Do you not know that he's a YouTuber?
I know he's a YouTuber. I think his channel's great. He's just not cooler than me. Like nobody. I'm sorry, but like it's just like it's if we were to like think about it, like okay, he's probably funnier than me. I mean, I heard he's fucking. Shut up, Donnie. Like you're on this guy's jock so much, it's making me not like him. And I don't have a problem with Adam, but the way you're doing it makes me not like Adam. So will you stop? Like you're like obsessed with this guy right now. And I need you to I need you to hold back a little bit because he's from Canada too. So will you relax? Okay. You're an American, buddy. All right.
I can only be friends with Americans.
No, you stick with us, and then there's others. Okay, you hear me?
I tried to get him to marry me so he could come to the United States. I was like, you could date me if you wanted, Wickens, and come here.
I gotta say, Adam was one of the very first, and this is serious. By the way, that was a joke. I love Adam. Adam was definitely one of the first people who I didn't know. Like I didn't know him because he's not a fucking ball python breeder nerd. Fucking like he's doing real content, and I looked at his content and it was like, holy shit! Like this guy's. He's good. Like, you know what I mean? Like the way he presents it and puts it together. I was not seeing it.
Top 5 videos.
I wasn't seeing it like that before. And so definitely made it like, you see Adam's content, you can't help but to respect the guy right off the bat. But what's also funny is that he is funny. He's a comical individual. I had a good time meeting him at Animal Con as well, which I feel like Animal Con is, by the way, shout out to the sponsor, Animal Con and Reptarium. Go to Animal Con. Yeah.
What's up?
Say what?
You forgot to do the sponsors.
Oh shit. Okay, well listen, this I need to relax right now.
Getting better at this.
Yeah. Well, I know. Well, you know what? Players fuck up, and you've messed up plenty of times. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But since I did mention the Reptarium, I will say that tonight's Reptile Roundup was brought to you by good old Brian Barczyk, Lori Barczyk, and the entire Reptarium. I love the Barczyks so much. But you need to go to the Reptarium, buddy. I feel like if I could, here's the thing. My goal is to get Donnie to start showing up to me to these bigger shows so we could do our thing as far as podcasting, and he vlogs, and then we go hang out with Barczyk. Like I would like to keep doing what I'm doing, but with Donnie. And I feel like everything would be elevated as far as like the experience. This motherfucker knows how to get content together. And I just feel like you need to just tap in more. Like, and I'm not, God bless Kevin. He could come, but I don't know. Maybe Kevin doesn't need to come. Like, you need to get out there. I feel like it's more important for you, Donnie.
Yeah, I tell you, what's crazy that's happening?
I think you should come to Trap Fest so we can roll together.
We're gonna go to Trap Fest. Wait, are you gonna let me sleep on your floor?
I actually have a really nice. I have a guest room now. So before I had a house with like, I'm sorry, bro. Anywhere you slept had a snake in it, and that's what it was. But now there's not one reptile. There's not one reptile inside my house, and there's 2 guest rooms. You're good if you want to stay with me.
Oh, nice, dude. Wow, you're living it, dude. Yeah. Check this out. Crazy news. I know, not that. So me and Kevin are going to Dingo's place in South Africa in April.
Oh man, dude,
we're going a little bit after Brian's there. I think they're going to be out there too at the same time, but we're going to do Rhino stuff. But isn't that cool? I mean, actually, I got my passport ready.
I'm jealous. Yeah. I had plans on doing some going to Indonesia this year to go see Mikey Ants. Ants Canada.
Cool.
Yep, yeah, dude, that guy's fucking farm over there. Everything he lives is like, and he's like he is like a Hollywood star in the Philippines.
I know.
Like
I know all about him, man.
Go look at one of his recent clips of him singing, and there's people screaming like Backstreet Boy, bro. Like I'm talking about like they're like shaking. Like he's like the Beatles over there. And it's like, dude, he's the homie. Like we kicked it with him like it was nothing. And I was like, dude, this is so sick. Anyway, so
he was there with his family. He was
it
was great.
I can't wait. Go ahead.
So you're gonna I want to go to Indonesia, but Kevin has contacts in Indonesia, like tons of them.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
Bro, we need to go there. But I'm always afraid somebody's gonna.
I would be scared. I would be scared to go with Kevin because he has contacts of like the mafia type shit over there, and I don't want to get like. Who knows? There might be a deal over there that wasn't fulfilled. I don't know. I don't want to.
Rough individuals in Indonesia.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and
one day we'll play some stories when we can.
Did you ever hear the story with Barchek and Forrest and how they almost died on that trip in Africa and their car broke down and like the local rebels were like almost like they like started coming with machetes and they had to run to a gas station and call and they're waiting. These fools were out with machetes waiting for them outside the gas station. You know what I mean? And
why didn't they go in? I've been thinking like,
hold on. They did. Hold on. They did. So actually one of these guys went into the gas station and Forrest and Brian are literally in the corner, like hovering, like just sitting there. Dude, it's a wild story. He said it before. But yeah, man, Africa, man, I would love to. Here's the thing. Like I love keeping animals comfortably. And what I mean by that, like I enjoy doing what I do, knowing that I could just roll over and eat food and go lay on my living room. The herping shit, I'm not a gangster herper at all. Like there's some herpers out there who could just go without showering for a few days and just no, thank you. I'm good. I need like I can't even go for a whole day. Like I'm good. Like I want to go at a certain point of the day or night. Let's get it in and that's it. But I've gone one time with a guy named Brandon Wheeler. Shout out to my boy Brandon Wheeler. He was like, hey MJ, we're gonna. And this was like my very first invitation from keepers to go herping. And I'm like, let's do it. And I told my wife, this is back then when my wife was like questioning what I was doing. Like when I was trying to go to reptile shows, she's like, I don't trust you. And so I told her,
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Well, I was a wild, you know what I mean? I don't blame her. I did get caught on, I never cheated my wife, but I did tell her I stop the drug scene and I did it. And I got caught with that a lot. So anyways, she was just making sure. So when I was telling her, hey, I'm going to go to, we're driving 3 hours east and we're going to go look for reptiles. She's like on a Saturday, you know what I mean? And she's like, what? And I'm like, I swear to God. And sure enough, man, we ended up getting to the spot that we wanted to be at like around 11 o'clock at night. And then the first thing we find is a Sidewinder. So the first experience was amazing. It's like, holy shit, look at this. It's a Sidewinder, little tiny fucking venomous, like, rattlesnake. And it takes off. And it's like, wow, that was a great time. And then 4.5 hours later of slamming the brakes, me hit my, like, because trust me, bro, I'm not a night owl. Okay. I'm not, I like to sleep. I was trying to pass out in the back seat and then they would slam the brakes where my head would hit the fucking, like every time. Right. And it was nothing. Every time it was nothing. I'm talking about 4 hours of this shit and it was nothing. The next thing we found was a stick bug and that was it. And we called it a night. And my wife, I get home at 3:30 in the morning. I stumble in. She's like, how was it? I'm like, I'm never doing that shit ever again. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Was she happy?
She was like, oh, thank heavens. I was like, but honestly, I would, but not to that extent. Oh my God. Like but God bless the people who are all about that shit. I'm just,
those herping videos of people driving around, they're so edited. They must be driving on all night. Have you seen Adventorian? It's like all he does on Instagram. Have you seen that kid? He's blowing up. He just drives around, looks for stuff herping. That's all he does.
Ed who?
He has a shirt off a lot. Adventorian. I think that's his name. I'll send you the thing later.
How do you spell it?
Drive around. Advent, Advent, Torian.
I felt bad. There was one kid who like he was one of those people just jumping into bushes, getting snakes and getting bit in the face, and he annoyed me so bad I just blocked him. Like I couldn't stand it, and he ended up taking off. I think like he ended up doing like I forget his name. It's even like he's a like he has. No, not Nick the Wrangler. I actually met Nick for the first time.
He's out your way, I think.
Yeah, is he in the West Coast?
Did you know he got to California because he wanted to be a stuntman and then he kind of went into the snake stuff instead?
I did not know that.
I know a lot of things about a lot of people. Watch out, guys. It's weird.
I think people know that about you already, Donnie. I think that's like kind of like a scary trait that you carry is like you could find information on people without them knowing that you know, and then like you just have a holster full of information and you're just go, all right, there's that for later. And
I know he's gonna want to be my friend now.
Then it just pops up like clips, and you put it in, and you go fucking. You just go off when you want.
I like to know things about people that my peers, and it's not all bad stuff. I know a lot of like I can tell you what I know most people's follower counts, and right off the top of my head, because I know. I don't like people when they bullshit me and tell me how big their following is, and I'm like, no, it's not that big.
Yeah,
I like doing that.
You're better off. You're better off underestimating your following when it comes to talking to Donnie, because he's going to give you really factual facts. Like he's going to even tell you like, yeah, bro, like you thought you had 100 likes, but you got detracted because some of those likes were from your own account. And
yeah, that's true. It's true. Yeah.
You know, it's fucking. Go ahead.
I want to, bad. I see. I'm not allowed to, but man, if I was to go rogue, bad. I want to make a video about people with fucking fake followings. Like so bad.
I think you should, because I used to go in about that. Like that used to be one of my things. It's like because trust me, Donnie, like there was a point in time where followers were like, that was a status to me. It really was a status to me at one point in this game. And only it is. And maybe because like I feel like, not that I'm like, 16,000. No, I just know organically I got where I'm at, but it could be gone tomorrow. So I try, and I figured, what's funny is like, my account was about DJing and music for a little bit, and then it just transitioned to things, and then I wasn't sipping the Instagram juice for so long until recently. So this is why I don't stress certain things like this, because at the end of the day, I have an organic following, I feel like, on Instagram. But people who have these Instagrams with 100K, 200K, I mean,
me, man. I don't like that 100K, man. I'm like a celebrity to you. How do you like that? I can teach you to get more.
But honestly, like, bro, but I'm gonna be honest, that don't mean shit to me. Like Donnie, like I love how you like it, but that's not why I like you, is because you're following. I didn't even know how many followers you had until you told me. Like, I don't give two shits about your following. I give a fuck what you represent, and that's what means a lot to me. Because you have how many followers?
89,000.
I think you deserve over 1 million. I think I personally don't think that's enough. That's how I feel. So in my eyes, I don't even feel like your following isn't going to really justify on what you're actually doing for this industry, what you're actually about. And that's why I feel like some people who have only their following, I don't know. I'm sorry, but like your following ain't shit. Like, unless you ain't got nothing else to back up, you got to be backing up why you're something more than just putting out reels with voiceovers. Like, I mean, because that is hard work, but you could get that down and you could just take off very easily. I could do it. I
could do it on YouTube right now. Oh my God. And by the way, February 2nd, the other day, they started monetizing real YouTube Shorts really well. MJ, let me tell you something. You guys out there, don't be sleeping on Shorts. I'm telling you, man.
I'm doing 2 a day. I do 2 a day now.
But listen,
and I've almost got my following back. Like, I'm like 50 away from 6,000. Yeah, that's cool. I'm just kidding.
Listen, MJ, dude, you know what I want to help you with so bad? You have
this
amazing energy. Your fucking reels, and they suck. Dude, your reels suck. Why don't you use your fucking energy in those?
Okay, what do you mean? They're my animals. What? You're saying my animals suck?
No, your animals are everything. But you know what you need to do? You need to turn your camera around and show yourself in the videos. And because, dude, this is one of my pet peeves. When people just show their animals on their hands, you do that constantly. I hate it so much, dude. You're so much funnier than that. Why the hell do you do that? He just throw it at the wall.
Bro, he fell. He ate shit.
Why don't you selfie yourself, man? Why don't you be like, look at this snake? Look at it. Crazy? It's so great.
Like, I act like I'm one of those fucking goddamn basement dwellers who don't want to show their face because they have like an eyebrow that connects. Like, I could easily show my face. I don't know why I don't. I mean, obviously, look what I do now. But here's the thing: like, I just do what I do.
Listen. I just want.
I know, but it makes sense. So what you're saying is like, hey guys, this is a snake. Like, is that what you're saying? Like doing what I'm doing, but in front of my face, or putting it around my neck is what you're saying, or what do you mean exactly?
I don't know. Just I would selfie yourself and be like, all right, guys, today we're gonna be doing this today, and I fucking hate it, but I love the animals, so let's get going. And then you just film yourself doing mundane things that you think are funny, and then you edit it. I know you can edit stuff.
No, okay. I don't know how to edit stuff for reels. Like, for instance, no, I don't. Hello,
put it on your computer and then edit it.
So like zoom in or something? Like how do I get it to where it has to be?
God. Ah!
Dude, you're a bro. I told you I needed help with this. And now you're making fun of me because my lack of knowledge on this. Dude, I asked for your help.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Dude, I just love that we're polar opposites. We're like, I'll be snake stupid, and you'll be like, are you dumb? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
I try to be semi-knowledgeable about reptile stuff, but like, you'll blow me away. But like, you don't even know how to crop a video. That like blows my mind.
Dude, I don't even know how I was a DJ. Like, I really don't, but I figured it out.
Sometimes with this, I don't know how you did either.
Like, I know Ableton, like Pro Tools, like I know all that, but it's like, it's almost like if someone like, but I had people physically show me things on that, like sit next to me. That's why if I had Donnie here with me, oh my God, I can only imagine the things I would learn. You know what I mean? But I'm a hands-on guy. I'm not somebody who like, you know, as much as it's so easy to YouTube shit and find ways to do whatever you want on YouTube, sometimes it just doesn't do it for me. And that's just kind of a thing for me, man. Like I'm a hands-on guy. Like I need somebody here with me, and then I go, oh, okay, and then my brain computes.
We did it over Discord. You're sharper than I thought you were a long time ago. Me and MJ both are good at playing the fools when we want to be. It just makes it so it's easier, you know, down the road. Because if I just say I'm stupid about everything, nobody's gonna be like, because you never want to be a know-it-all and not know what you're talking about. Right.
And that's why I have no problem admitting when I fuck up, because I'm not a know-it-all, but I do like to be right. Like I am somebody who likes to be right. But when I admit that I'm wrong, I also remind myself I'm not always going to be right. So it's like, all right, like, and obviously everyone's wrong in life. Not everyone's right, you know, but I strive. It's kind of like baseball, right? Like there's gonna be times where we don't get on base, but in my eyes, I'm like, I'm always going to get on base. Like I will always get a hit. So when it comes to being right, that's how I look at it. Like I look like I'm fucking right. But now that I'm older, like I kind of make sure I process what I'm saying I'm right about before
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm easily wrong now.
Bro, if Donnie was doing YouTube when he was 21, let me tell you something.
Oh my God, I'd be
trouble, dude. And listen, I left Nerd around the time where if I stayed at Nerd and I was to get into YouTube that early on, we would either be very famous right now, like Barcheck level, or we'd be banned from YouTube. So like, what are the two?
If you want to know something crazy, I also want to bring up my boy Alex Panda Fauna, who was talked about last week during our
one, right? He was
But here's the thing, dude. My boy, like, this is the first time I ever saw him go ape shit on his stories, where he's like calling out the blue-haired people, and I'm like, oh. But me, bro, like if you would have followed me in 2017, 2018, shit, even 2019, I was calling out breeders. I was calling out fucking and calling them bitches and fucking your keyboard boy, like warriors, like aggressive. And like I said, what Alex was doing was still a lighter version of my old school self, but still like seeing that was like, oh, no, stop.
Was Brian Barcheck fucking with you in 2019?
Oh yeah, bro. That's my dog.
Oh my God. I'd be like, you need to stand.
But here's the thing. You would think that, right? Like I would think like Brian Barcheck is gonna want nothing to do with me because I'm gonna, but like Brian loved me for it. Like Brian loved my how authentic I was. Like I was truly passionate about like everything I was really going in about had some sort of like it was just probably the delivery. Like it was like, whoa, like we're but like, you know what I mean? Like delivery's always probably been my biggest challenge in life, but I'm passionate. Some people are very gangster at just saying something with no emotion, and you're like, holy shit, that's powerful. Yeah. But me, I'm just fucking.
Okay, because I'm the king of sarcasm and being snarky and not using emotions.
You are very sarcastic, like, dude. Especially the very first couple times we were working with each other, I was kind of really like, "What?" Yeah. But it's Donnie.
That's what everybody ends up saying about me. Eventually, it's just people get past it.
Yeah,
dude. I don't know. At least is there anything else you want to talk about this story?
What would you? I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I would like to say, I truly hope these people learn. Like, and when I say these people, the owners of Wild, or in the what's it called, Wild Ranch, or
shit. Wait, before you say that, I got something that's very important to say that I didn't mention. Check this out.
Tell me.
Check this out. No, check this out, MJ. This is cool. Last time. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell is happening here? Is that doing that on your end too? All right, can you see what's going on the screen right now? Oh shit, I can't hear you. Hold on, I fucked up.
I could see the clip. I could see the clip.
Okay, all right. So here's the deal. Rhino was fatally shot after breaking out of a zoo. So this happened 2005. They were talking about it. The deal is, last time this happened was in 2005, and a veterinarian shot it, but not before it tried to. They tried to tranquilize it several times, and when they couldn't, they had to shoot it. So it's happened before. I was trying to look for situations where this actually happened in the state, and there wasn't. I think this is the first one in a long time. I just wanted to say that out loud. Let's see. You see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right.
I mean, it's just very. I mean, come on. We're talking about a era where we have legislation. Everything's U.S. ARC, and then we have this happening. Like, this is bad. Like, it's just not good timing. Not that a dead animal is ever good timing, but I think, like I said,
they put in the escape thing too. Remember the escape thing they put in Florida? They were talking about bites and animal escapes. It was in U.S. ARC. And U.S. ARC Florida was talking about it heavily, like 6 months ago. This happens right after that, so it's, I don't know.
I just
want to land.
I just know that things are gonna happen, man. If you're working with shit like this, things will happen, and you have to be ready what's to come. Like, here's the thing, like I was talking about Blake. I told Blake, hey Blake, I think in your position, you would have been able to do something besides kill it. You know what I mean? And I feel like, because that's Blake. But then you have these guys who were literally like, nah, 4 feet on the ground, shoot it. Like, what's like that was the goal from the get-go, was to shoot this thing. You know what I mean?
2 feet on the ground, homie. They were ready.
But still, like that, and that's what I'm like, God damn it. Like, these people shouldn't have rhinos. I mean, they shouldn't have anything, to be honest, after this. It's really unfortunate, but who's going to stop a Floridian? Nobody. You can't stop Florida from being Florida. Florida's like their own country, but it affects the United States too, which is unfortunate. But I also have some of the most respected keepers I love and look up to out of Florida. This is why it's difficult. Like, this is like, man, like Blake's better than this, obviously, but he has attachment somehow, which I don't even know what his attachment is to this, but he's standing on it. And at the end of the day, I respect Blake. I know Blake is somebody who takes care of his animals the way anyone who works with animals like this should. I've actually have a personal meeting with Blake, so it's not like a social media relationship. I've actually met the dude. I met his lady. I like him. Like, you know what I mean? And so, but at the end of the day, it's like, no matter what happens in Florida, you can't expect us normal fucking Americans over here to take this lightly. Like, no, like, this is not okay. Like, this is like, fuck that. Like, no, like, sorry, man. Like, Donnie, it's like, you're so good at what you do, bro, because like, I would almost be mad if you didn't show me the visuals of that rhino, even though I didn't want to see it. Seeing it is what kind of made the sincerity of like, fuck, you know what I mean? And,
I wish I had more time, dude. Had the story not broken on Monday when it did, I would have released it today. Today would have been the day, and it would have been like my Federer video, dude. It would have been pretty in depth, if you know what I mean. You would have enjoyed it, but it would have been definitely more heartbreaking. And I know it sucks for me to say. My goal is to make you feel emotions watching a YouTube video. If I'm not doing that, the video is not good. All right, so I want you to feel.
Can we consider something going forward here, Donnie, when it relates to a dead animal? Because I'm looking at something right now, and I was going to wait till we go off the air, but I'm going to do it now because we are just these type of people. I could tell you what this thumbnail brought me. When you have, limited, right? Limited, buddy.
Oh, you got limited ads?
Yeah. This video may earn limited or no ad revenue due to the content identified as not suitable for most advertisers, and it's because I put a dead rhino.
Does it say that? Does it say it?
It isn't. I mean, come on, let's be honest. That's what it is.
Do you know what you said? You said, "God damn it!" Literally the first.
I did not just say that.
Yes,
no.
You did. Yes, you did.
It was not. Listen, I get.
Okay.
Listen, you're good, but you're not that good. Okay. Look. Her name is Dawn. She's the one that limited this. Her name, actually, I don't know if her name's Dawn, but whoever the fuck, I think it's a bot who did it. I don't know.
It's a bot. But here's the thing that I used the same thumbnail, and mine didn't have any problems.
So was it the goddamn?
It could have been. It could have been. The second you said it, I was like,
can we write rules? Like I just need like certain like for instance, my wife maybe write
use profanity that fast. Like
I can't. Profanity comes out before profanity comes out. Like I shit out cuss words. Like it's crazy.
Same here. It's because we're dumb. Dude, seriously.
I'm not gonna sit here and agree to that.
Too,
no, I'm not gonna agree to being dumb. I'm not gonna agree to be a knuckle dragger. Okay, because I don't drag my knuckles. My knuckles are fucking. Dude,
you breathe out your mouth. Stop it. Stop.
I do though. I do breathe out my mouth. I'm not happy about it, but I do know jiu-jitsu's been helping me with.
Yeah, I got a deviated septum. I wish I could do that, man. I'm totally fucked up.
That's because you did bullshit cocaine growing up. You need to do better cocaine there, Donnie.
Apparently.
Stop doing. Yeah. And you're not chopping up your Adderall up enough. You need you got to get a hot plate. And, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever. It's already limited. Let's keep it fucking 100 right now.
I mean, you're not making money on ad revenue anyways on it now.
I'm really not.
I mean, it's not seriously like YouTube revenues on that.
It's like $60 a month or something. It's crazy. It's.
I doubt it's even. Oh, okay.
It is. I can promise you that you have access. You go look at it. You tell me, Donnie. This guy fucking posted a video like on my channel, and I didn't even know he could do that. I had no idea he had permission to do that, and he did. So, like guys,
I knew that I was going to do that.
Understand how much is in Donnie's hands with my channel right now. Like this is scary, but I'm just gonna roll with it at this point because it would also be a very good documentary if this guy were to do something wild and crazy. Like, because I mean, like I was thinking about it. Like you're on some hacker shit. I feel like next level hack. But hey, by the way, I got an anonymous email from somebody asking. I'm dead serious. Asking me how much it is for the for Miguel's website. They want to buy Miguel's website, and they. I'm serious, and they know that they go. So
they know what
we could get paid, is what I'm saying. Okay.
Oh, stop.
I'm serious because whatever these people pay Miguel, whatever these people pay Miguel will pay, and we'll get it back to Miguel somehow. I just want my boy to have his website back.
He just has to wait for the thing to expire. He'll get it back. I doubt whoever did it's going to keep paying for it.
Stop saying I doubt whoever did because you are the person who did it.
Can when I go to California, can I meet him so I can tell him to his face I did not take his website?
I have not. I haven't met Miguel in like fucking almost 3 years. I mean, I talked to him, but the guy has been a fucking. No, we had dinner I think about a year ago, and that was the last time I have seen him. We talk, you know. He's just. I don't know, man. Like this is why.
Too cool, apparently for you.
Yeah, but no, I'm not the only one. He's too cool for a lot of people. But in a legit way, he's very busy. He's in Mexico. I feel like he cares more about Mexicans than he does about his fucking Americanos right now, to be honest.
But you're like half Mexican.
I'm still not. I'm not a resident of like this fool is literally tapping into Mexico. He has a house being built like on a hill, like with like goats and shit. I mean,
I wish I could live in Mexico. It looks cool. I'm afraid of Mexico. Are you afraid of Mexico?
No, I just know that things could pop off. I mean, yeah, I could get around easily in Mexico, but I do know where to stay away from Mexico. The thing is, I don't know the parts of Mexico where Miguel's at, but those are the scariest parts where he's at. Like he's in Guadalajara, like he's in Mexico City. Like that's tough territory down there, you know. But so is like, you know, where I used to go to Playa del Carmen, I used to go to Tulum all the time, and even then that place gets shot up. It's just like anywhere else, bro. Like to be honest, like, and that's
I don't know.
That
doesn't happen in New Hampshire, dude. It's
but it happens in Delaware or wherever the fuck he's shooting. Like, bro, America gets shot up. Let's be honest. So I feel like one thing about Mexico, I will say it is over shadowed on like, oh, like, are you safe? But like, it's like, yeah, you're safe. It's just like anywhere else, you know.
I want to do Mexican. I want to do Spanish guy stuff with you because can I just be real with you? I feel like I don't get the best experiences at Mexican restaurants because I'm like a very white person. And I feel
no, it's because where you live, bro. If you come to where I'm at, bro, you're gonna have a fucking glorious time experiencing Mexican food. You're not gonna have a goddamn New Hampshire experience. I can tell you that much, bro. Mexican food is like, I know there's certain places in this country where it slaps. I get it. I'm happy for you guys, but nothing tastes like San Diego Mexican food. Okay. And I could tell you on so many different styles, levels.
I believe you, man.
I'm telling you right now, man.
I want in.
Yeah,
and
you're
I
in.
Go to some
you're
places that white people like me that don't speak Spanish don't get to go to. I want to go to some places. I want to go.
I'm
to
gonna take you somewhere. I'm gonna take you somewhere where the Mexican cooks know that you're white and they make it extra good because they like to they like to see that fucking expression on your face. Like that's like my grandpa was like that. Like my grandpa, the reason why I'm so loked out with Mexican food is my grandpa had a kitchen in his backyard and he would serve me up and I would bring my top tier friends over and he would feed them. And like, bro, I'm telling you right now, like there's just certain things that we can get over here that you can't get. Loked out is like just gangster, like so like next level, like OG. Like I'm telling you, it's an era, man. It's an era, unfortunately, that I can never live again. My grandpa's back. My grandpa's 94, 93.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I can't believe he's still alive, you know? And you know what's crazy? 3 years ago, he cooked dinner for, or he cooked, he prepped carne asada and all this shit for like a party I was having for my snake friends. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But that was like he was 91 and that was his last big thing he did with food. You know what I mean? But
dude, Kevin's dad had lived about that long. He's got those crazy genetics that you live forever. His dad worked for NASA, dude. I will say, man, like the older people are lasting a little bit longer nowadays because I met this guy who's been building my old house. My old house was on an acre. But the landlord was building a house in the backyard on the acre part of the property. And the guy who, like the foreman, the guy who's running the show, 87 years old, bro. And I'm like, and he was coming, like he was the guy. Like when I would see his truck pull up in the driveway, I'm like, oh, boss man is here. And he fucking like, he was out there 9-10 hour days. And this motherfucker, we had a conversation and I was like, hey man, I was like, I love your business card because I would like to expand maybe one day. And I love what you did. He's like, yeah, man, if I'm around, I'm 87 years old. And I'm like, what? And this guy was like 6'5". He was a big boy, bro. And I'm like, 87 years old. I would have never guessed that. So I think age is just a number nowadays, man. I mean, yeah, anybody could go out still at an early age. But nowadays it's like it's pretty impressive. Like my grandpa, man, like fuck 94, dog. He's a G. I would, Donnie, on everything I love, if you were to come to Trap Fest, I would take you down 20 minutes south to where my grandpa's at. And you're that kind of friend I would introduce to my grandpa, straight up. Oh, but that kind of friend. Oh,
I mean that, bro. I mean that.
Okay.
Just so you know.
You have trouble making friends, MJ?
I don't.
I feel like
that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny, bro.
Because I don't keep many. Ask Jeremy, man, or anybody else. I am like the most unapproachable person on the planet, and like I thrive not having friends. It's so MJ's been able to crack my fucking skull here.
Look what the wife even said.
Bro, thank you, Lily. Oh, she likes me. Does she know?
Oh yeah, no, me? Lily. No, Lily. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Lily.
Tell me.
Lily loves you because she understands. Like Donnie's here. To kind of tame the beast, you know what I mean? And there's, and it also goes both ways. You're a beast in many ways, but I feel like she knows that there's a balance between you and I, and she's happy with this balance. Because like,
I saw pictures of her. I saw the wedding photos. I was creeping on you hard, man. She's very pretty. Way pretty for you, man. Like what the hell?
Oh God, relax.
We're both,
dude.
Me and you are shooting out of our weight class so bad. It's ridiculous.
I think you're a lot uglier than I am. I'm going to be really honest because you're pale. Okay. I'm not pale. Okay. I have features that look remarkable when I wear nice clothes, and you're just very pale with tattoos. Okay. So, but thing is, there's women who like that gothy type shit. So I'm not going to say that you're out of the loop of being hot. You're just not as hot as I am, bro. Like, could we be honest?
Dude, I had my days. Dude,
do you want me to show you my hair? Should I show my hair?
That's fake. I met her.
She's beautiful. She's pretty.
Way out of my fucking league,
she's
dude.
Definitely way hotter than you are. So
I think
so. This makes sense. I feel like both her. This is why what makes it so awesome is because like there's definitely guys out there who don't have chicks nearly as hot as our girls, and they're probably good looking, but they're probably douches. Like here's the thing. Like at least we have personalities. Like girl, any guy with the personality can get any girl they want. I mean, that could be a bad thing, right? But at the end of the day, we know what we want, Donnie. And there's guys out there that don't know what the fuck they want. God bless them. I mean, there's women who don't know what the fuck they want. God bless them too. But me, I know what the fuck I want, and I found it, and I'm good. Like, I am so good. And there's a lot of guys. There's guys out there like my dad. God bless my dad. My dad, he's been married 3 times.
My God.
My bad, Pops,
my dad's
twice.
been married 3 times too.
Twice. My bad. No, my bad. Twice. But like my dad, like after his second wife, he was like, he's like, I'm dying alone. And he said it so happy. Like, I don't want to die with somebody. I want it. And I'm like, God damn, that's so fucked up. Like, I don't want to be like that. And like, trust me now, like there's times where my dad calls me. He's like, oh, I want to hang out. And I'm like, all right, come hang out, Pops. You know, like, and like, well, because Dad, you're alone, motherfucker. That's why you want to hang out. You know what I mean? But, you know, my dad was somebody where, like, you know, if you meet my dad someday, bro, like he's like Mr. Player. Like he was like, he was more my brother than my dad growing up, even though he was my dad and he still checked me. But like, he like we would roll up to the goddamn baseball field in 7 years cap league, bumping fucking Snoop Dogg, blasting like, you know, gangster music, you know, with kids. And I just knew no better. And the fact that I knew some parents didn't like it made me like my dad even more. And like, it was just like, come on, like, you're gonna put your, like, I don't know. But you know how it's funny? Like you said, oh God, you're having a kid. I hope you don't change. Or I hope you don't. What did you say about that, Donnie?
Well, I'm just, a lot of my friends that had kids, they grow away from all their what they used to love, and they become different people. And sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not.
And that's not going to be me. I will, but here's the thing: I'll have limitations. Like, trust me. Like, if, like, you know, I'm not going to talk reckless like this. If my kid's right here next to me, I could tell you that much. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I have a type of energy that I don't want my kid to really have to question at a young age. I feel like my kid will get to a point in age where he could understand, oh my God, Dad, like, this is who you are. What a trip, you know? But I'm like, as him growing up, I want to be the most, like, I'm going to be a hypocrite. I'm going to be like, no, I never talk back to my teachers. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and even though I threw shit at my teacher, like, I was a very, very wild kid, but I wouldn't express that to my, like, you know, I didn't actually throw anything at my teachers. I mean, I talked back, you know what I mean? I wasn't that bad.
Talked back. Yeah, of course you talked back.
Yeah, I was very bad at talking back. But anyways, what a great time. Oh my God, 2 hours went by quick. This was an amazing moment. Looking forward to next week. I will say though, how are we going to delegate next week? Because I'll be at Arlington. I mean, I still want to make it happen. I just want to know.
I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I don't have any drama happening, so I don't know what we'll even talk about, man.
Well, okay, Donnie, that's on you to find, buddy. No,
dude, I don't want to just invent things, man. That would be dangerous as fuck.
No, but there'll be. I mean, but hold on. It doesn't need to be drama. There could be something positive that we could come across that we could talk about. It's about a roundup. It's about bringing everybody together because it's Friday and we talk about what needs to be talked about, good or bad. We're having a good time. Either way, it needs to be put out. Let's figure it out. How about this? What's one thing I want in the comment section? Because I would really like people to drop more comments, but let me know if you guys are cool with a 4 p.m. slot time for this Friday night roundup. Donnie, on the other hand, thinks this is horseshit. He wants to go later.
I like
how
4.
do you?
No, 4's okay.
You're cool with 4?
Yeah, I'm cool with 4. The later, the better, man. That's just the way it is. You can even tell by the way the people are coming in. That's all. It tapers off now because we're not talking about the drama anymore. But for the most part, I've always found that 7 p.m. my time is like the best time. Because I used to go live on the Nerd Channel, man. Get up to 200, 300 people in there at a time. It sucks because it doesn't happen anymore. But yeah.
All right, I'm sweating balls.
Follow me on Twitch, you bitches.
Yeah, go follow Donnie on Twitch, please. Donnie Rapture on Twitch because he's very active and he kills it on that platform. So please, go be a part of that community. Go join his Discord. It's awesome. And go join the Trap Talk Patreon family. And if you're not doing anything Sunday, please celebrate the Trap Talk Reptile Podcast 300th episode, man. Episode 300. Can you believe it? I'm looking forward to it. Having the tree monitor breeder, the best tree monitor breeder in the world, Brandon Van Asten out of Canada. He goes by Canadian Cold Blood. Cannot wait. Donnie, anything you want to say to the beautiful people? We had over 110 people tapped in for this episode. What do you have to say to everyone out there, man?
Thank you for watching today's video, and make sure you check out all of our other live streams on Fridays, and check out the New England Reptile channel if you're not already there, but I know you are because we're fucking massive.
And you have a massive, beautiful weekend, and I will catch you guys here Sunday. And if you're just all about the community, I'll catch you here on the next Friday. But Donnie, have a good night. Everyone have a good night. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. We're out.